Well, hello everyone, welcome to another Dev's Diary, I guess. Today we're gonna be talking mainly about, well, only about, the character sheet. I have bullet points this time, so hopefully it will be a little bit smoother. And I have the character sheet in front of me, so I will not be stuttering every 2 seconds. Anyway, now we're gonna be starting, well, hopefully if you're watching this video you know what a character sheet is, but, well, if you don't, a character sheet is when you're playing the TTRPG, where your character stats, backstory, items, traits, feats, etc. They stay in there. So, well, you know what your character can do. In here, I'm writing screenshots somewhere here in that, or maybe on my face, depending if I'm stupid enough. But we're gonna start on the first page. Like you can see on the top left, everything is in work in progress so far. That's why it looks that bad. Ignore it, please. If anyone here knows design of any kind, please be careful when you're watching this, because you're gonna get an aneurysm, because I'm bad. But on the top right, you have the main page, well, at least the description in 2 words of what the page is about. This is the main page. On the top left of the main page, somewhere right here, you have the place where you can draw your character, or glue a picture of him or her, or them, so, well, you know how they look. Next to it, you have name. I think that's obvious what it is. That's the name of your character. Underneath that, you have titles, which at the beginning, they will be, normally when you reach certain level of cultivation, other, well, characters around the world, people may start calling you a certain title. Let's say you're using Fire Dao, maybe they'll be calling you the Fire Fist or something like that. Underneath title, somewhere right here, I don't forget to remove my hand, is species. Basically, what species you are. You can be a human, demon, dragonkin. At least that's the name so far. Yaoguai. Those are the 4 or 5-ish so far. Maybe there'll be more. But yeah, that's what it is. The same thing as race in D&D. On the right side of the page on the top, you have DAOs, which is, well, basically what your subclass will be, or class, kind of. I don't really have class in here. You can be a fighter, healer, support, or fighter, tank, support, or just support, just tank, just fighter, whatever you want. Underneath species, we have, well, that armor. That's the representation of armor. We have toughness here, at least so far. It kind of represents the value of your armor. It doesn't really have an armor class, it just removes that much damage from the attack when it hits you. Left of it, we have effects of the armor. If you have resistance to something, if you have some special effects of the armor, you're gonna be typing it there. Just ease of use, I guess. Right of it, we have vitality, or your health. In the little heart there, you're gonna be writing your max health. Right of it, you have the current, which is what your current health is. Right of it, we have the key, max key, what your max key is, and then what your current key is. That will be what you'll be using for, well, pretty much everything. So pay close attention when I'm talking about it at some point. Underneath that, hopefully I've not removed it when I'm taking the screenshots, you have attributes. It's written on the bottom left, which is the main skills attributes. There are attributes in D&D, like the main 6 ones. Here there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 so far. Maybe I'll remove some. Right of it, you will have the skills that correspond to the certain attribute. For example, in physique, you have endurance, strength, pain tolerance. In agility, you have reflex, speed, balance, evasion. In vitality, you have stamina, recovery rate, resistance to poison and disease. There will be more probably, somewhere less. They're not all of them so far. In comprehension, you have learning speed, DAO insight, technique analysis, and comprehension of technique. Which one of them, like, because technique analysis and comprehension of technique sound relatively the same, the idea so far is one of them will be there so you can analyze the technique of someone mid-fight. The other one will be, well, so you can learn all the techniques if you learn them faster or slower, depending on that specific skill. In willpower, you have mental resilience, determination, and charm resistance. Charm will be quite important in there. After that, we have perception, which the skills for it are awareness, danger sense, and energy detection, or key detection, but that might go into key. So ignore that, probably. In focus, we have meditation, array mastery, and alchemy. In key control, we have key manipulation, key compression. I can't read my own writing. Artifact refinement and array creation or array crafting. In the key recovery, we have natural recovery, which is how fast you recover key naturally without taking anything. Absorption efficiency, that will be if you're taking pills or key crystals, well, how well you can absorb them. The other thing is meditation recovery is when you're specifically meditating for it, how fast you're gonna be recovering key. That after that, we have key resilience, which are key shield strength. If you use key shield, that may be removed because that was added right at the beginning when I was making the game. After that, you have key defense and spiritual recovery. I think the attributes are relatively familiar, should be familiar to most of you, but physique is the, if you speak in D&D terms, that would be your strength, how physically fit you are. Agility is how fast you are. Vitality is your, how, I guess, the health of your body, how tough you are, how well you can resist poisons, how if I cut you, how well you tolerate the pain, etc. Comprehension is, if I had to put it in D&D terms, it would be kind of wisdom, sort of. It will be mainly about you learning stuff. Then you have willpower, which is, well, I think that's obvious, that's your willpower. There you have perception, which, how perceptive you are. Focus is mainly how well can you focus on creating certain stuff. Array mastery, which array creation and array mastery, I'm not entirely sure in they either be in key control or focus. I'm thinking in focus because they need more focus to be made. And artifact something will be here. I'm not entirely sure yet. Key control is how well you can control your own key. That's pretty obvious. Key recovery is how well you can recover key, and then the skills are the different ways you can recover key. And then key resilience is how well you can defend yourself against key. On the right side of the page, right here, as you can see, should be the attributes and features of your character. For example, it will be the equivalent of where you'll be writing that you have dark vision in D&D. All the class features, etc., etc. They'll be written there. So far, maybe they'll be moved to a different page. That's so far about the first page. Probably to be changed, but that's the main idea so far for it. And as you can see, the character sheet is horizontal because I'm planning to make it. Oh, I have props now. Good for me. It will be sort of like a notebook, and it will be opening like this horizontally. I think it's funny. Then, second page, we have inventory page. That's quite obvious. I think what it is. You have quantity, which how much of a certain item you have. The thing that says on is if the item is currently on you. I have no idea how to visualize it so far because I don't want to make lines or rows so you can write, so you can fit as much as you can in there. Then you have item, which is the name of the item. Effective item. I'm planning to add a keyword similar to Magic the Gathering, I guess. where certain effects will have a keyword for ease of use. It will be written there. And if the item has a specific effect, let's say burn stuff, probably to be written there as well. Then we have the weight of the item. I think that's obvious. How heavy is the item? And then we have artifact spirits. If you have an artifact spirit for the item, let's say the first item in your inventory is a sword with Phoenix artifact spirit, it will be written as a quantity 1. It will be equipped, so it will be on, probably with a thick. The name of the item, let's say the Phoenix sword. Effective item, burn stuff, it can summon a Phoenix bird, or the visualization of a Phoenix, sort of. Weight, 10 pounds. Probably, not just off the top of my head. Artifact spirit will be written first. It will be the forgot the word, tier, I guess you can say it, of the artifact spirit. In this case, let's say you're just starting, it will be tier 1. Then it will be the type of artifact spirit. It will be type bird or legendary bird, comma Phoenix, something like that. And then we have effect of the spirit. If you can summon it, it will have specific effect, which you'll be writing there. That's pretty much about the inventory page. I have no idea what to do on the top little row there. After that, we have the techniques page, which is basically the spell list from the D&D character sheet. But this will be mainly techniques, different effects that you have, maybe specific effects from the armor. It will be there as well. In where we have the techniques diagram, that will be probably the name of the page. Then we have DAO, which will be written above probably the specific box. Then we have the technique. I'm pretty sure I've written that at the time of when I'm editing the video, so hopefully you can see visually what that will be. On the technique, we have the name of the technique. On form, we have what form of the DAO the technique is from, or what, let's say, the technique is form 3 technique, fire sword, for example. It will be written as that. On description, I've written, I'm pretty sure, more scientific-ish, which will be explaining how roleplay-ish, how it works, how it visually works, how it works as a technique. For example, you switch your sword, a fire comes out of it. Then we have damage effect, which is how much damage it does. Let's say the damage is 1d6, and then probably to burn stuff, so the effect will be the target burns for, and then how many rounds. And then duration is, maybe I've written that without thinking, but maybe that's gonna be the duration of the effect. So the effect will be just burn stuff, and then duration, because some effects might be specific durations and more based on if certain stuff happens, so the duration be 1 turn unless blah blah blah. At least the idea so far. And for example, specific techniques from your artifact spirit that we have from the second page, it will be they'll be written here, and because it will be better described here, how it looks, how it functions, etc., stuff like that. Page 4 is another inventory page. Oh, but fuck, I'm stupid. It's another techniques page. Page 5 is another techniques page. Page 6, that's the good thing. That's your character's background page, where you'll be writing, well, literally, probably relatively similar to the D&D background page. It'll be the backstory of your character will be here. Then probably on the most left part of that page, in the middle there will be allies, enemies, organizations, people you owe. People you own something, or people that owe you something. At the bottom of the middle row will probably be, they'll probably be segmented, like allies, organizations, enemies, people you owe something, people that owe you something, etc., stuff like that. On the right page, Not entirely sure what it will be. Maybe flaws, why you're there, what do you want, stuff like that from the D&D, because I quite like that. Makes it easy for you to, well, the role play. It makes it easier because you know what your character thinks and does. Then the 7th page is basically your family history, because in cultivation stories, no matter since you're all Wuxia, your family or sect, both will be written here. If you don't, if let's say your family is an orphan, they'll be grown up in either an orphanage or a sect. So in the family history, you'll be writing the sect or the orphanage. The family crest will be, you can draw it there, you can glue something, or you can just describe it. Will be, well, the crest of your family, sect, orphanage, personal sect if you're just the first one of your family. On the right will be maybe a short description of something, not entirely sure yet. Underneath all that will be, well, description of your family history. It will be the sort of, my family is from that specific region of the galaxy. My family was rich 4 millennia ago. We were doing this stuff. A cat. On the right, that probably continuation of the family history, and then on the most right side of the family history page will be more specific stuff about your family. Like, let's say your family angered a sect or another family, it will be written there. Similar to like in your background page, it will be allies, enemies, servants, or maybe you're the secondary family, and then there is a main family. The people from the main family will be written here as well, what you need to do with them, etc., stuff like that. At least that's the main idea of the character sheet so far. There will be more pages added. We're slowly making it. A fun thing that I was thinking on the first page, around the before I continue with that, I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I'm either gonna continue with the attributes, well, vertically, like they're now, or I'm probably gonna, I could move them horizontally on the top, and then every single skill underneath the different attribute. So the open space will be at the bottom, but not sure yet. And also, because I didn't mention that, the little number that currently says 50 next to physique is basically your attribute score. I have no idea how to do the attribute score for the skills, that's why we don't have any there. But that will be when your character levels up, goes up in a cultivation stage. You'll be getting either more max health, max ki, specific effects from your DAO or from your specific cultivation path. And then every single main stage, because every single stage has 3 sub levels, low, medium, high, basically. On the low, medium, and high, you get more health, more ki, specific effects, etc., stuff like that. On the main stages, you got to do tribulation, which I'm not entirely sure how it will work yet. And every single successful tribulation will be giving you a specific amount of points. Not entirely sure how they'll function yet. Currently, the idea so far is you get 50 no matter what, and you roll a die. If it's above 50, you get that amount. If it's under 50, you get 50 to spend wherever you want. They don't need to be spent in a single attribute. You can spread them 1 point here, 24 there, 23 there, etc., stuff like that. And then more attributes point you have, more effects we'll have in the future, and they're not made yet. Back on the topic that I started, around the border of the character sheet, and at least the idea so far is to add some, let's say, dragon-ish designs, and from the language I'm making, we have around half the alphabet now. No idea what they mean, but they're drawn. Let me see if I can find it in the diary. I don't think you can see anything, but they're here. At least better version of them. There'll probably be some inside jokes or what the page is about written in like 3 or 4 characters somewhere on the page. But yeah, that's about it. I'm probably gonna write some descriptions if I forgot anything as subtitles or somewhere on the screen. But yeah, feel free to leave any questions you have. Feel free to join the Discord, should be in the description. We have a thriving community of world builders. They're torturing me to world build, which I like to do. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. Like if you liked the video as well, I appreciate that. Dislike if you didn't. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you, well, would like to be informed with the construction of the game. Well, you have time. I don't think it will be ready for another at least 3 years. But anyway, thank you for watching. We're gonna see each other next time, which should be next week, but no promises. But yeah, until next time, don't forget, have fun everyone. Bye!